Mini episode 458 of the FDH Lounge is brought to you by First Down Scouting, delivering the most thorough scouting service available, uncovering the NFL stars of tomorrow. Follow them on the web at the number 1, stdownscouting.com.
The FDH Lounge. You want to schedule your life around it.
A long time ago, on a gloomy, wet Cleveland spring night, two men stand alone amidst the late-night drizzle. Their voices echo across the vacant station parking lot as they debate the merits of the great American radio show that have been missing for far too long. On that night, an idea was born. That idea became the FDH Lounge. Welcome to the FDH Lounge.
Welcome to mini episode 458 of the FDH Lounge. This is FDH managing partner Rick Morris here with the FantasyDraftHelp.com insider for our 11th season covering the NFL. This is your week one recommendation for fantasy football starters. We've got some preface notes that we'll be delivering every week. First of all, our advice is probably a bit different than some in the industry. We're not the place to go regarding the question of whether or not to play a healthy Aaron Rodgers this week. Aside from reiterating our list of gimmies, we don't discuss them beyond that. We're also not part of the movement that overstates the importance of week-to-week matchups. Sadly, if you bungled your draft or auction, there's not much except a great stroke of luck on the waiver wire that can salvage your season. Now, in very shallow leagues, you can pick up potential impact players off the waiver wire, but you hardly need a fantasy football industry source to tell you to do that. We play the percentages on giving our advice, which is all that anyone can do, even those in the industry who purport to own a crystal ball. You'll always get intellectual honesty from us. Okay, here's our list of constants for the season. When healthy, you don't jerk with these guys. You leave them in your lineup regardless of scary matchups. There are 3 quarterbacks, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, and Drew Brees. There are 12 running backs, Jamal Charles, Shady McCoy, Adrian Peterson, Matt Forte, Marshawn Lynch, Monty Ball, Eddie Lacy, Alfred Morris, Arian Foster, Doug Martin, DeMarco Murray, and Giovanni Bernard. There are 8 wide receivers, Megatron, Demaryius Thomas, A.J. Green, Dez Bryant, Brandon Marshall, Alshon Jeffrey, Antonio Brown, and Julio Jones. There are 5 tight ends, Jimmy Graham, Julius Thomas, Vernon Davis, Jordan Cameron, and Rob Gronkowski. With the gimmies out of the way, in a moment, a look at the more marginal picks for this week. Folks, you're listening to the FantasyDraftHelp.com insider.
Would you walk us through a typical day for you? Yeah. Great. Well, I generally come in at least 15 minutes late. I use the side door. and after that, I just sort of space out for about an hour.
Space out?
Yeah. I just stare at my desk. But it looks like I'm working. I do that for probably another hour after lunch, too. I'd say in a given week, I probably only do about 15 minutes of real, actual work.
We like 14 QBs this week. Tom Brady, Jay Cutler, Joe Flacco, Nick Foles, Colin Kaepernick, Andrew Luck, Eli Manning, Phillip Rivers, Ben Roethlisberger, Tony Romo, Matt Ryan, Matt Stafford, Ryan Tannehill, and Russell Wilson. We like 14 running backs. Le'Veon Bell, Reggie Bush, Andre Ellington, Frank Gore, Mark Ingram, Rashad Jennings, Chris Johnson, Ryan Matthews, Stephen Ridley, Bishop Sankey, TJ Spiller, Zach Stacy, Ben Tate, and Shane Vereen. We like 24 wide receivers. Keenan Allen, Randall Cobb, Marcus Colston, Riley Cooper, Michael Crabtree, Victor Cruz, Julian Edelman, Larry Fitzgerald, Michael Floyd, Pierre Garçon, T.Y. Hilton, Deshaun Jackson, Vincent Jackson, Andre Johnson, Jeremy Maclin, Jordy Nelson, Hakeem Nicks, Cordarrelle Patterson, Emmanuel Sanders, Torrey Smith, Golden Tate, Mike Wallace, Reggie Wayne, and Roddy White. We like 6 tight ends, Martellus Bennett, Tyler Eifert, Zach Ertz, Antonio Gates, Kyle Rudolph, and Jason Witten. There are 3 teams that we have labeled as all out, meaning that we don't like any of their players, Carolina, Oakland, and Jacksonville. Conversely, we don't have any all-in teams, meaning that we like all of their marginal players in addition to the gimmies on each team. Every week, we also recommend 5 of these players as especially strong, and this week's slate includes Matt Stafford, Rashad Jennings, TJ Spiller, T.Y. Hilton, and Martellus Bennett. Thanks for checking us out. Again, for a more comprehensive look at this year's fantasy football season, download our free guide, Fantasy Football Draftology 2014 at fantasydrafthelp.com. And soon you can also download our brand new guides for this year's fantasy hoops and hockey. Go break off a little value on your opponents in fantasy sports, and be sure to sample our other Nothing is Off Topic mini episodes, including our recent conversations with superstars such as Rick Bucher, Kenny Albert, and Nikita Koloff from the FDH Lounge.
As we bring the show to a close, we would like to extend our deepest gratitude to NBC, CBS, ABC, Fox, all Clear Channel affiliates, TNT, TBS, USA, UPN, Deadspin.com, YouTube.com, YTMND.com, MySpace.com, various blogs, Fox News, CNN, CNBC, MSNBC, IamBoard.com, Billboard.com, Google.com, ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN News, ESPN Classic, NBA TV, NFL Network, Sports Time Ohio, Athlon Magazine, Comedy Central, Cartoon Network, The Boomerang Channel, QVC, BET, The Spice Channel, Steno Notebooks, Manwich, Papermate Office Supplies, Waitresses, Strippers, Bartenders, Garbage Men, Janitors, Microwave Popcorn, the writers of The Office, Scrubs, Entourage, My Name is Earl, Oz, Metalocalypse and the Boondocks, Aquafina, and the periodic table of elements.